Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a pretty exciting video for you guys. We're gonna go over my new Naruto display, which you guys can see behind me. And to celebrate this new display, we're gonna be unboxing its centerpiece, the holiest of grails for most Naruto collectors. We're gonna be unboxing Cartoon World Sasuke. I got this one a few months back, but I haven't unboxed it, so hopefully there are no damages. I did buy this one secondhand and the seller did mention all of the issues with it, so I was fine with it. I got it for a good deal, about retail price, which is crazy because this one goes for way above retail price right now if you guys are looking for him. So I was glad to find him, but let's go ahead and start off with my Naruto display. I'll give you guys a close look as to what I'm using, how I have everything connected. Hopefully it helps you guys if you guys are planning out some sort of display for your statue. So let's get into this and then we'll continue on with the Sasuke unboxing. I'm gonna give you guys an overview of the display. I'll show you guys what I'm using and then I'll go into detail as far as what you guys need to build your own display if you guys are going for something like this. But yeah, what I'm using here are 4 IKEA drawers, all 33-inch wide, 23 inches deep, or about 22.5 inches deep. I don't know the exact dimensions, but I'll put them on the screen if you guys need that, just to figure out if your statues will fit on here. But just to give you an idea, these are some pretty big Susanoo statues. We have top studio Susanoos. I have Madara, Itachi, Kakashi, and this spot right here is for Sasuke, which I do have, and I will be unboxing that one later. But I'm still not 100% sure how I want to do this, because I know I want maybe like the Akatsuki here in the center and maybe some secondary characters on the side. But with some of the pieces that I have coming, that plan might change. Right now, I honestly don't even know where I'm going to put Cartoon World Sasuke. I would like to put him up top, but he might be too tall for that. So he might end up going inside of one of these right here. But we'll see. As I unbox more statues, I'll figure out how I want to do this. But this will be the all for Naruto statues, which is pretty awesome to have a focused display here on only Naruto statues. Now, going in, if you guys notice, I do have a black backdrop here. It's a black cloth that I got from Walmart. And on each of these shelves, the ones in the center, you will see that I have some zip ties right here. That's because behind this, I have some connectors just in case there's anything that I need to connect that has LEDs or anything. I also still haven't put LEDs on the shelves themselves. I might do that at some point, but whenever I do plan to do it, it should be pretty easy to do so just because I have outlets at each single shelf. I have one here, here, and then also there, there, and there. I didn't put any on these two just because I feel like the outlets that I already have on the center drawers should be enough. Another thing too is I didn't get a cloth for these little ones. I actually just put these up today, and I wanted to complete the display, so I'll have to add the black cloth at some point in the future. But yeah, that's what I have. So let me show you guys everything that you guys will need to build this display. All right, so here's everything laid out. This is everything that I used. Obviously, you will need the IKEA drawers. Those will run you anywhere from about $80 for this one here, the shorter ones, to around 115 bucks for the taller ones. I'll put the correct price here on the screen, but they did have a little bit of a price hike recently. I guess with inflation, everything went up a little bit, but I do believe that the black ones are cheaper than the white ones, which does kind of suck. I would have gotten some black ones, but black ones are sometimes hard to get because they sell out pretty quickly. But yeah, you need the drawers. For the black cloth behind the drawers, this is what I used. I just got this from Walmart. I used one of these for each of these shelves. I'm planning to get one of these, maybe a 1-yard one for the 2 smaller shelves. I think that should be fine. So yeah, that's what you need for the black backdrop. To glue the backdrop, I glued it. You can use tape or whatever you want to do, but for me, I tape at first, but I didn't have the best tape. I was just using like Scotch tape and it wasn't holding. So I decided to take out my glue gun, and this worked perfectly to hold that cloth in place. Now the outlets on each of the shelves, I grabbed these from Home Depot. They were pretty cheap. I believe they were about $2 per extension cord. They're only 6 feet long, but that's long enough to go to each one of the shelves. So yep, I got 6 of these, and I bought a pack of tie straps again at Walmart. So pretty cheap for all of this to do this. Oh, and I did forget to mention that I have a smart outlet that's used to basically power all of the cords. So once it's all said and done, I can just tell Alexa or whatever to turn on all of the LEDs. Right now, I don't have anything with LEDs, so I can't show you guys, but I do plan to add some LEDs eventually. So a smart power plug always comes in handy. This is the one that I use. So I'll have a link to this one in the description below in case you guys were interested. So yeah, that's everything. Yeah, I hope that helps. That's just what I do. I know there's some other people that have some better methods that look nicer in my opinion. Like they add some acrylic panels to the front of these and it makes it just looks like a more premium display. I personally haven't done that yet. It will be a bit pricey if I plan to do that, which is why I haven't done it so far. But if I ever find the need to do it, or if I have some extra funds to do it, I might end up doing that in the future. But for now, this is what I got. It's a nice little simple display and I think it looks nice. So that's what I got for you guys. Now let's go into the Sasuke unboxing. All right, guys, so this is a big boy. It comes in 2 boxes. This is actually just 1 box. So we got the shipper box, the actual box, then we got the styrofoam packaging, and here was the bottom layer. We got the Indras, or most of the Indras Arrow Susanoo in here. And then on the top layer, we got the rest of the Susanoo pieces, as well as 2 Sasuke scopes, some pieces of the tree, and the base right here, which is gonna hold everything up. So let's go ahead and put this together. All right, so I got most of the base done. I couldn't figure out what goes into this huge hole back here. Well, actually these 2 huge holes. So I ended up opening the 3rd box and take a look at that. This was just such a pleasure to open up because we got all of the tailed beast right here. Looks awesome. And we do have some more tree branches over here. So I'm assuming these are the pieces that go into those huge holes. So let's go ahead and attach those 2. Kind of a strange fitment here. It doesn't go in all the way here, and it definitely doesn't go all the way in here with the legs. So for now, I'm gonna leave it like that. See how it goes. Alright guys, I know I sped through most of the Susanoo build right there, but I had to pause to show you guys this. Take a look at this. This is this whole technique is when Sasuke absorbed some of the chakra from all of the 9-tailed beasts to form the Indras Arrow, and I love what they did here. So here we got the 1-tails, the 2-tails, the 3-tailed beast, the 4 tails, the 5 tails with the beautiful tails back here. I like this one. The 6 tails, the 7 tails, or I guess more like wings in this case. Alright, we had a bit of an accident there. Thankfully nothing broke, or nothing major broke. Just a little piece of this guy chipped off on the edge. But that's it. This still works. The tailed beasts are fine, which I was more worried about. So we're gonna go ahead and take that off and finish assembling this without that, because I think that's adding too much weight. That is one of the issues with this one. I do have to make some sort of stand to sort of prop the back side of the statue up, which I will be doing here in a bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish the assembly without the light. Hopefully nothing else falls anymore. All right, so I actually found this plastic stand that actually works perfectly. It props it up just the right amount so that the Susanoo is no longer bending backwards. It's getting flush now at the torso, which is perfect. So this will be my solution for now until I know Bam has something that he uses. So I'm gonna reach out to him. I might just watch his video too, and I'll use whatever he uses because I definitely need something here. 8 tails, one of my favorite tailed beasts, along with the 9 tails, which we'll see shortly. And here's the 9 tails, which honestly, he might look the coolest. I love the way his face looks there with his long ear and the way his hand is coming out. I love it. All right, guys, so I already stuck this Sasuke into this notch right here, and it's really difficult to take off, so I'm sticking with this pose. This is the pose that I wanted to display him with anyways, so I'm gonna keep him like this. I did have to take off this little branch, which is really cool. Depending on which pose you wanna go with, you do have like to remove or add one of these pieces. So I went with this sort of running pose, the standing pose, which is this one right here. You have to remove this little rock right here, which you guys can't tell, but yeah, I think it's pretty well hidden. So if I went with this pose, I would have needed to remove that rock and put this piece back on over there. But yeah, I just think this one looks much cooler. All right, now the last thing we need to talk about, and I think we're done with this statue, is Sasuke's sword right here. So this sword, he does hold it on this hand. However, you guys didn't notice those fingers are broken, which is one of the issues that we talked about before I bought this piece, and he did include the fingers right there. So I can go ahead and glue them if I wanted to, but I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. And this sword, he still is able to hold it if I place it in the right way. So I have to put it in like this. Whoops, no, like this. And he holds it just fine. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Hopefully the sword doesn't fall. If it does, it's actually a real steel, so I'm not too worried about this sword breaking or anything. But yeah, that's the way that I'm gonna display Sasuke. So let's go into a figure showcase and we'll go into my final thoughts after that.
That's not even close to good enough to kill me. I've had enough.
So what can I say about this piece, guys? It's a beautiful piece. I love it. There were some issues with it, but I can overlook them just because once it's fully assembled and complete, oh my god, it's definitely my favorite Susanoo in my collection so far. So this is gonna be the Susanoo to beat, and I don't know if there ever will be one that can beat it. And that's saying something because this is an unlicensed studio, and there's licensed companies out there that they haven't come close to this in my opinion. But yeah, let's go ahead and go over the stuff that I usually talk about. We're gonna go over the base. The base, I actually really like how it looks with all of these trees here. We have the cocoon from those god-awful filler episodes where they're in the infinite Tsukuyumi, whatever it's called. Well, I didn't like it in the show. I think it works on this statue. It looks really cool. Another thing that I actually really love about this one is the sub-base. I love the color and the look of the Rinnegan here, and the purple band that we have here with the flame effects. I like it. I like my purple, and the purple Rinnegan and the purple Susanoo just looks really nice in my opinion. So where was I? I forgot. I was just gushing over the statue and I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, we were talking about the rating that I'm going to be giving the base. I love the base. I don't see any issues with it, honestly. The issues that I do have with it are more for the design, so I'm going to save that for the end. So I'm going to go ahead and give the base a 10 out of 10. I think it looks really great. Now the body and the face sculpts is where there are some issues just because honestly it's not the best body and face sculpt here. I mean, usually with Sasuke, not many studios get the face right, but even just comparing the body sculpt to Top Studio, I think Top Studio did a much better job there. So I'm gonna have to give the body and the face sculpt a 7 out of 10. It's just average, not the best, not the worst. I do actually really like the Chidori though. I think they did a better job here than Kakashi. That's the only other one that I have with the Chidori. For the final thing, for the overall design of this statue and my thoughts on it, I mean, the design itself, like the concept, beautiful. I love it. Cartoon World knocked it out of the park here, and they kind of went all out. I don't know if we'll ever see another one like this, just because to do something like this, the engineering has to be on point, and that's kind of where this statue suffers. There was a lot of issues with leaning. Once I started to attach the tailed beast here on the back, the torso just started to come back and more back until you guys saw that piece fell off, and there were some minor pieces that broke off, but overall you can't even see them just because one thing that I will praise is the effect that we have here with this clear resin. The way that they sculpted it just looks like very crystal-like, and I really like the way that it looks. You guys kind of saw that in the figure showcase, but man, they did a really good job with the clear resin that I don't even notice the breaks on the tips for this part here in the back. Another thing too is that you can't see it, and I am planning on replacing that with some custom LEDs just to be safe. Although I don't think, after having added the stand here on the back, I don't think it's gonna have any more leaning issues. The torso here, it is like flat. I don't see any more leaning issues, but in order to help with that, you do have to add some sort of stand. So for now, I'm using this. I'm sure there's something better out there, which I will kind of look around. But look at this right here. I've never seen somebody pose this statue like this. And I actually love the way that this Sasuke looks back here with the back of this statue. You can honestly either display him like this and it'll look great on display, or display him like this and it'll look awesome on display. So you have two display options here, whatever you guys want to go with. You could also put this on a turntable and just have it rotate the whole time. But since I am planning to replace this with some custom LEDs, I most likely am going to keep him like this, but it does look nice. I like the way that it looks with this Sasuke here on the back. I wish they would have perfected like the back here, and they would have added some like plug-in LEDs instead of battery-powered LEDs. That way we wouldn't have to worry about that piece falling off. So yeah, while I do love the design, it does have its issues, so I can't give it a 10 out of 10, but I will go pretty high, and I'll give this one an 8.5 out of 10. I still love the concept. It's just those issues bringing the points down quite a bit there, because they are pretty significant issues that cause your statue to break. So anything that could cause your statue to break, I would say is a big issue. But yeah, while not a perfect statue, it doesn't have a high score here. It's still one of my favorites, and I don't see me ever selling this one in the future. If I do have to end up selling all of my Susanoos, this would be the one Susanoo that I would keep in my collection just because it's awesome. You have the Susanoo plus all of the tailed beasts represented here on this statue. So Yep, that's my final rating. I'll put it here on the screen somewhere. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long. I was trying to speed through the assembly process there because I was kind of doing two things in one video here. If you guys did like the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Now I have to worry about moving this somewhere over here. So wish me luck with that.